So I just took a look at the demo that came with Final Fantasy Typo, and I'm so excited. So basically, if you played 13 like I did and was like, man, we've got games like Assassin's Creed and even Mass Effect and even a bunch of these other games at the time, and you're like, I just want more from a mainstream big budget title like this. I want to not run against walls constantly as I'm trying to progress through the very linear environments. Even though I'm really enjoying this battle system and the characters are, you know, not too bad, pretty endearing, I'm just feeling like there's some limitations. This game, it like out of the frame, it blows it all away. It is probably everything that we had hoped Final Fantasy 13 could achieve, but just didn't at this time. Playing this demo was amazing. Basically, you start out, you just see your group of friends, you're going into the wilderness, you know, after your practice, you're like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen, you know, how am I gonna be able to fight these monsters? But you just start trying it and learning and failing, and it has a very forgiving system for learning, so that's really great for me because I die a lot initially. So after you've kind of figured out what how the system works, and you're exploring and you're looking all around, you're like, this world is beautiful. You know, even though you could say, oh, the textures, they could be a little sharper from this distance away and all that stuff, still amazing. Still a demo, probably will be a little more polished. That'd be great. As you're looking around the environment, taking in this world, you're starting to notice some unique details that are kind of making you think about what this game is going to be as a whole. As you start encountering different monsters like the Fangs, I know I got a bit of nostalgia for the world, just being able to explore and look around and encounter foes, which is very different in this game. Instead of engaging an enemy and going into a battlefield and progressing through turn-by-turn battle system, or even having an ATB gauge, this game is very different, and there's no split between you exploring the world and you battling in it. In fact, there's a day and night system that basically buffers between your battles. So to make that make sense, it kind of you don't gain battle music at the end. You do gain some stats, but you don't level up after the end of battles. You have to go to your camp at night, and then you get to level up and all that stuff. So that was a really fun experience. It also gives you the opportunity to give yourself buffs, which is great for the next day. All that system was really fun. It kind of capped off this need to get to your camp as it got dark, and to kind of weigh the pros and cons of staying out in the dark and facing all the enemies that are going to swarm on you, including soldiers, which when there's also monsters attacking you can be quite the thing at the beginning before you level up, quite intimidating. So basically I thought this game was a really fun experience, and I'm really excited for the full game to come out. It basically featured a whole bunch of breathtaking scenes and feelings and so much nostalgia, from the beginning games before 6 to kind of the revamped Square Enix feel of 7 and later. This one really seemed to include everything. It had paid a lot of homage to the original games, as well as seemingly looking at games as they are now, and how does that apply to Final Fantasy? How do we bring these old RPG tropes into the future in a way that is going to engage people in 2015? So hopefully by the time this game comes out, it's not 2018 and then we're like, oh, there's so many new mechanics, I wish this had that. I really hope that doesn't happen, but this game seems awesome enough that I'm not too worried about not enjoying it. So if you haven't gone out and got your copy of Final Fantasy Code Zero in order to play this game, I would recommend that, unless you can get to one of those awesome conventions where you can play it for a little bit of time. That's cool too. So thank you guys for watching, and go out and play, because this game is so much fun.